And we're kicking off the show with the Telegraph. And following the murder of children, Keir Starmer has pledged to crack down on people angry about children being murdered. Steve?
Well, the Telegraph's headline is Starmer blames riots on far-right plotters, as you say. He's come up with this new violent disorder unit, which I think is also a Channel 5 show. And I will do the voiceover if they're available for it. So here's the big problem with it, right? Some of the steps in isolation you might like. This is based upon the presumption that the riots are caused by renter mobs. Now, sometimes people online will say the people causing the trouble, they're not the people who want to go to the protest. These are other people who turn up. You can agree with the protest and disagree with the riot. That's definitely something that can happen. And the thing that what they want to do to control this is get extra policing. We've all said we like the idea of more police.
Yeah, especially in Leeds, you know.
Well, this is what I was going to say. All of this should have been brought in after Leeds. After you've just seen police run the other way, it's the perfect time to bring in all of these steps, especially when you know there's the accusation of two-tier policing. If you want to fight that accusation, you don't introduce the rules on Tier 2. You introduce it on Tier 1, and it could have been done. Surely these steps could have been taken, and then it would have improved the situation.
Yeah, but there are a lot of accusations of two-tier policing, and you know, the way Keir refers to these rioters is so different to how he referred to BLM. He took the knee for BLM and, you know, said that those riots were justified.
Oh, it's very much don't park your ideas on double standards, really. And it's, we're seeing a lot of this, and partly the blah blah. Violence is bad. I'm of that opinion.
You're so brave.
It's where I stand on it. I'm against it. I don't like it because I'm a coward. So I'm out the way of it as soon as it's happening. And it's horrible in all directions, but part of the blame here is going on social media, and certainly a lot of misinformation spreads around social media. So they're talking about trying to find ways to curb social media. Good luck with that, with TikTok and telling China what they're allowed to put on and put off, because that's not going to happen. And really another problem that's happening is we're looking at the reaction of extremists, but in order to stop some of the extremism, you have to deal with the moderate views. Yeah. And the moderates are feeling ignored, and so the extremists are taking the law into their own hands. But there's also an awful double standard going on, and I will compare this with the way the reporting is going on. The other big story of constantly with Israel and Gaza is we're seeing so much misinformation coming from the BBC, even where a hospital gets bombed and they blame the wrong side and exaggerate it, and that sends hatred towards the Jewish community. And now you've got the government reacting to some hatred on social media correctly that sends hatred towards the Muslim community. And, well, if you've got the mainstream media doing it so dramatically and you're not doing anything about that, then why are you obviously showing your side so much? Yeah, and I feel that Keir Starmer has actually quite cynically, instead of bringing the country together, which he really should have done, and provided, you know, some solace for the people that are grieving and the people that are angry, that are rightfully angry, instead he's exploiting this situation to push through, you know, his dreams of a surveillance state and these new units to crack down on people that he describes as the far right. But we all know there's probably enough far right people in the UK to fit in a Ford Capri. Really what this is going to be doing is making it illegal to be right wing or express any right wing things or vote Conservative or be right wing in any way whatsoever. And me and Nick are definitely going to jail. Yeah, I might be a bit illegal to vote Conservative. I'm not quite sure they'll pass that through. I think that's their dream. Is that a dream? Well, let me say an obtuse thing, because this is what I do. Starmer also condemned the tiny, mindless minority in society. He's calling it a minority. A gang of thugs who got on trains and buses. I thought you wanted us to increase public transport use. Yeah. I'm very confused, Starmer. And I thought you liked minorities. And also I think you know, this phrase far right is just being used as a dog whistle to describe working class people. It kind of suggests the other side of the far wrong. Yeah. Doesn't it? If you've got the far right, it's there against the far wrong. Exactly. So it doesn't really work for that. But, yeah, I mean, look, there's a far right, but it's become a catch-all phrase just to explain everything away. Yeah. I feel. Yeah. I'm right. Well, I feel much more threatened by Keir Starmer at the moment than I do by the far right.